Okay.
Yes.
So, well, we are presenting. Well, this is a work in progress in very initial stage. Okay, and we have called it analysis of coherence and context dependence using generative AI tools for concept clarification and clear language detection tasks. I know everything that is said in this title is forbidden in our group, but I'm going to explain why we are trying to do this research. Well, we were talking, Nieves, Patricia, and me, about a situation that we find very often in our classrooms or in our virtual classrooms. That the thing is that nobody cares about the rules, and everybody try to use these artificial intelligence generative tools to cheat everybody. That it doesn't matter whatever the tool is. Well, we are also using in our day-to-day tasks, and well, our students do so. So, well, while we wish that our Global Lab site could be an eye-free site, like Jose Maria told yesterday, we are going to suppose that nobody cares, and we cannot lose a lot of time doing this police work to try to push the people that do so. So, well, this is like a very big tsunami wave and with a lot of energy, and we are going to try to take advantage about this. So, but the first stage to do so, to let try to take the energy in a good way of this situation, is trying to understand what our users or what our students are going to do, and try to understand what are they going to what is going to be their user experience in this task of generation of content or text generation. So we were reading about well, this, you know, that right now Notebook LM, this tool from Google Works Out tools, has become the most spreaded one in academic spaces or academic environments. Also in our universities, the tool that our IT service has recommended to be used in next years, not only for researching, also for teaching, and also to be used by the students. So if we are recommending to our students to use it, maybe it's a nonsense to later try to forbid them to do so. So, well, in this first pseudo hypothesis moment, we have been doing some very simple tests. Our first objective was these 3 points. We want to try to understand how this text tools, generation tools works, and try to compare if or verify if they are going to offer the same response to the students, because well, you have to suppose that they are going to use them like a virtual teacher or virtual very wise tool that is going to answer with a correct answer to their questions. So it's going to be a problem if they are different for each person. Uh, well, in the same moment, we want to say if this, we want to research if this situation is happening because of the prompt effect. If well, maybe we are supposing that if we share also the prompts, the the tool is going to answer with a similar test. And after all, we are trying to reproduce what this potential or supposed user or this supposed student is going to do. That is, use IE tools for everything, also for breathing. Because, but in this way, that we are not going to be the sniffers of the policy that are going to rule them. We have some content. If the content is correct, maybe it's a very great use of these tools to do the tasks we are going to tell them to. So we have designed this very simple methodology in 5 steps. First, we are going to compare what happens when a person uses these tools in the first moment without any customization, without any instruction, any prompt, any configuration in any part, only the default way of working. After that, we are going to make also using AI generative tools a very detailed instruction, like a teacher is going to explain how to do a work, a task, or anything. So we are going to give this detailed instruction to the tool and compare what is going to happen. In the third stage, we are going to to make a fine tuning of this detailed instruction, and also try to give a focus to the tool. We were starting with like we are trying to make some clarification about the topics that Patricia and Nieves works on. We select the concept of diversity and focus the instruction, the prompts to try that the tool give us an answer focusing in this concept. The fourth stage is take little conversation with the notebook LM tool from the chat, not from this, this pre-customized tools that it has in the studio part. And the last one, we were trying to, we are working in a project that use clear text, plain text, as the core of the studies of the research. So we are going to upload the ISO for this scenario, and compare what's going to happen, and try to analyze if the tool is going to make the answers following the instructions that are in this recommendation. So in this, as you know, we are only starting to do the comparison. So we have developed two isolated notebooks in two use diffusers. We have a third one. We are 3 researchers, and we are comparing our experience in our notebooks, because we have also want to analyze if the contents, if the initial context, or what the user have been done with these tools is going to bias the answers. So we using 3 completely blank notebooks, we have done this initial test. We have do this first stage of asking the tools about the LOM law. LOM law is our educational law right now in Spain, and we have next we have uploaded this law to the notebook. We have followed this 5-stage process, and we want to receive a small test or a small report that analyze from the law what this law talks about diversity, and trying to do so in a clear language way. Well, the first results is that we haven't received what is was supposed no identical responses. Notebook does not replicate word for word because everybody know that these tools make this probability way of generating text, so the words are not exactly the same, but they have very high semantic fidelity. We have also used AI generative tools to check the semantic fidelity, and well, the results are very good. But what it happens at the first time is that the tool is very biased, but the history of the users. All of us have been using this notebook LM previously, and this previously use gives is well, this previous customization drastically make some effects in the interpretation. So this is our first results when we were comparing notebooks from Patricia and me using this green prompt that is very well fit to the tags we went, and for this first research we have found what we suppose at the first hypothesis, that the answers may have some semantic consistency despite of the literal deviance. But this is not so good, because maybe it depends of the people that is going to listen to us or to read this test, if it's going to this literally consistence may make some effects in their learning processes, because maybe some words may stay and may appear in the answer because they are going to be important to these people to understand the in concept. And that's so. This is the moment we are focusing the test in trying to extract some interpretation, some clarification about the concept of diversity, and what we have positively found is that these tools, as it's supposed to do, makes a very correctly identification of the parts in the law where the diversity concept is written, and the main things that they have to be taken into account when you use this law in our educational spaces. We were checking how this tool do its job about plain language, and another tool said that it has a rate of good, the 3/4, in the use of the recommendation criteria. And well, we have some failures we have to analyze and to still continue researching that are related with this BSing from the previous use of the tool. So well, that's all. I think it's something we have to be taken into account, because despite we want the people to make a clean and very well use of the platform, I think it's difficult, because most people are going to start to do our tasks or our activities using this artificial intelligence generation tools. So what I think we are going to continue researching on that, and making some experiments, and I want, or I wish that my fellows and me would show you some results in the next gLw workshop, or maybe in Artis comes in November.
Thank you, Isaac. You didn't notice the clock ringing, but
I noticed, but
thank you.
I'm sorry.
Any comment or question? Even though we were reducing the time so that it ring more and more, but it wasn't successful.
I'm so
No worry.
I speak very slowly.
Meant to be not the only one.
All the time.
So, but any comment or question by the audience, by the colleagues? Not say audience. We are colleagues. We here together, friends. For example, what I find kind of pitfall is that the only task to be given is to find jargon and then take it away. If that's the only thing that can be automated as well, then there is no learning at all.
They can automate.
But you said, but what I don't understand, neither, is how do you do that literal consistent? Is what I didn't understand. So how do you do that? The literal. What do you mean with that?
I have to be honest. I think Nieves, Patricia, you are connected as well, but we have to be honest. We ask to the tool do the analysis, but because we want to analyze the real way the people are using these tools, that is without or with the mind switched off. You give all the responsibility to the tools. You don't, for example, for this task, and with trying to not to be deep inside of the problem. If you tell this question to one of our students, he or she is going to say, okay, Gemini, make an analysis of the literal consistency of these two texts. And whatever is happened is what they are going to answer to you. So we are to experiment all the process done in this way, with the mind switch off and trying to give all the responsibility to the tools. And what this is what we did. We asked. I don't remember the other tool is Gemini or is ChatGPT. Patricia, give me a help, because we have there's a lot of things.
Gemini.
And also not be disconnected through your account. So all this bias of what the tool is learning about you is going to happen in both scenarios, and this is the way they are going to.
No, but the real way to check. Isaac, the real way to check that is that you can really find that there is a comprehension or not when you really read that. And on the other hand,
no, we are not telling that. We are not making this research in the point of view of you, that they are going to read the results. We are trying to understand the way they take these tools in the user experience, in the experience of the users, not user experience what we are talking about yesterday. If what they are going to do, despite whatever you tell them to do. You can tell them you have to. For example, yesterday I were discussing with another PhD student that maybe he has to rewrite some part of one text because I have read it, and I know he has not understand anything, and he has done this test with an artificial intelligence tools. okay, I have tell him the instructions, but I have no any way to check that if he is going to follow them. So maybe he's going to say he's going to make a new prompt telling, well, you have to cheat my teacher because my teacher have technique. So we are going to spend a lot of time in this loop. Like I have what is my point of view? I don't care. I want text well written, and if you haven't understood anything, it's your problem because you have to demonstrate it later in a text,
Yeah,
in
but
an exam, in anything. But I have to take care of my platform and take care that the text is correct. But I don't I have not enough tools and enough time to pursue everybody to know what they are using or what they are thinking or whatever.
let me go back. I think it was like about December 2022 or 2023 when this person besides me, Antonio said, ChatGPT, why don't we do what you're saying? Why don't we ask to fill up concepts, and we had a discussion about that.
Yeah,
And
but I don't want to came back to this moment. This is an idea to take care what our students are going to or how they are going to acquire their knowledge. Because if I have 40 or 50 people in a classroom, well, I don't know what they are going to do to study. I can prepare material. I can prepare design a grid game like Noelia, or I can do whatever. But they are going to do what they want at their room when they are alone. So I a bit afraid of what is going to happen if they use the tools in this way. For example, I have been living this thing with my children. In their school, the history teachers use notebook to give them all these objects the notebook LM prepare. It prepare audio podcast, it prepare a video cast, it prepares I don't remember all the these tools. They have a lot of them and very interesting and graphically they are. We were discussing that later that graphically they are very engaging. My English
yeah,
is
Engaged.
engaged. Thank you, News. Because for small children, this graphical appearance is great. But the problem is that if my doctor use it alone, well, if they only use what the teacher gives, is the same way as the traditional way, because everybody are going to use the same material to learn. But the problem is that they are telling everybody that these tools gives you a personalized, more personalized way of learning that you can use to prepare your own material to learn. Whatever you are listening, and our researching hypothesis was okay. If the 40 students in a classroom use notebook to learn about diversity in the law, they are going to receive the same thing, the same knowledge, or anyone. Imagine that each of the 40 people is going to receive different answers with different information and different explanation of the same concept. It's going to be really well, chaotic, at least. So this is what we were wanting to analyze, to compare.
Yeah, I imagine that literal consistency
The
is just
consistency is,
it appears like the same text or something like that, because I
yeah,
still don't
Exactly.
haven't defined.
Mhm.
yes, I
No, I
didn't.
was just, let me just open the camera. Uh, it's not working. Okay. Well, I just wanted to say that literal consistency implies that everybody has got the same result from the structural and linguistic point of view. When we talk about semantic, is that semantic consistency, it means that we all work with the same terms, but maybe in a different way. The thing that we are trying to explain is that with the same prompt, we obtain different results. So what are the implications for that at an educational level, right?
Mhm.
So how do we need to change assessment? How do we need to change evaluation according to that? How do we need to organize our activities, right? So what are we going to give more importance to? To semantic consistency, to literal consistency? What do we want from our students, right? So we have started from the tiny element is that, okay, we're going to use an AI tool in order to obtain just a sample of how they can we can operate and obtain some initial results, right? But the thing can be more complicated. I don't know if I explained myself.
Yeah, yeah,
Of course,
yes.
it will be great if we could demonstrate that the semantic or well the knowledge consistency is correct, because this is going to be the best
Yeah, but that's what
result.
that's what Danny was saying. So if you ask to an artificial intelligence, how
Mhm.
is the artificial intelligence product? They are selling themselves in a way. So they're saying, oh, yeah, yes, we are perfect.
Yeah,
So
of
the
course.
best way compare
Or you say
with some.
you have what that it itself give a 3/4 score, but maybe if we read deep the results, the result we everybody in this chat is going to give a worse score, because they try to give you in any situation a very positive result of any answer you ask them.
But what is most interesting for me is that the tool is biased, right? So
Mhm.
according to previous work, according to, I don't know whether they obtain the data, your personal data or whatever. I don't know. I'm just imagining. Maybe I'm just a little freaking out with this story of data. But the results are different. Maybe the terminology, the specific terms we're working with are exactly the same, but the presentation, the way the tool interacts with you is different. And this is really interesting. So what are these AI tools producing? The things you want them to produce? Any of us want them to produce, or clear a specific content that applies to any of us independently of our characteristics? That's the story.
There is one simple reason for that, because artificial idiotness is working with a randomized system, so it creates random by design, because this is a way to make that it looks like being intelligent while it is an idiot. So requires to have something that looks like what happens with human understanding, because depending on human understanding, that is going to be different from one to another, then the result is going to be different. For them, if you don't have that randomization by design, and this is something that you can take it away from the artificial intelligence, and then you get always the same result. So maybe you could play also with that temperature
Okay.
of the artificial
Okay.
intelligence to see what happened. Actually, what I would like to unravel is what I'm more interested in, is to unravel the idiotness of artificial intelligence, because we want to have from our students when they're learning that they are not idiot anymore to respect to the subject we're learning. So at the beginning, kind of they don't know. So in the ideal situation, otherwise they wouldn't need our teaching. So if they don't know, we can put it in terms so they are idiot to that respect, to that in that subject, and we want that they are not idiot anymore, and they are using a tool that by design, so not by design, by itself. So it is not intelligent by essence. So he's an idiot. Then the good thing were how to detect the idiotness.
Yeah, but for example, we have chosen this tool notebook LM because it's written and it's said or it described that this tool is not going to do so. It's going to only use the context you give and the material you give and the files you give. So it's this randomization or this what all the other tools do, they said that it's not supposed to do so if you use notebook. This is the thing. This is the principal reason that because everybody in education is choosing notebook uh, against the other tools, but we don't think so. We have experience with a very simple check with these prompts that this is not happening also in this tool. That it might be isolated from the other context. Maybe Google knows a lot of you, a lot about you, but it's supposed that a notebook may doesn't mind what Google knows to bias the answer. But
So
the reality doesn't
yeah,
compare with
we can
with the description.
we have to discuss that in the next weeks. So there are many things to be thought about. But in any, I just want to point something very short, and it's the education what we give to the students is just a primer. You know the concept of primer. It's like the painting on the one of the concepts is just like the basics. If it is a good educational content or a good education, this is just the primer is also what helps to explode is the small explosive to create a bigger explosion. So when the learning happens, there is an explosion of the capacity, and it's never included in what is being given to the students. So when they already learn, then they can just walk again alone. They can walk alone. The AI, and this is the real danger of AI, of relying of AI in general by our society, is that it cannot work alone.
Yeah, but you are going to you're going to get very angry with what I'm going to say. But this is the same problem with the cells. This is why I tell you that the cell problem is an obsolete problem because you have right now the access to the artificial intelligence for free for them. It's free.
What's the cell problem? What is the cell problem?
Yeah, you say they cannot work alone, but they are alone. They are completely alone every day. Because they have access to these tools for free and very easy. So
Yeah, I know.
we cannot came back 1,000 years ago or 10
We
years
are
ago.
talking, sorry, but we are talking about very different things because I think Jose Maria is talking about education in the ideal philosophical sense, right? Which
Maybe.
I love this concept, right? But then the reality is completely different. Is that you have to offer the students a set of I don't know, concepts, ideas, etc. You have to evaluate them. You have to give them a 5, a 6, or a 7, right? And we are all in the same wheel all the time. So we are because they are, because we are made to be like that, right? So when one thing is education in the Platonic philosophical idea, right? But another one is the real world. So please,
No,
Jose Maria,
hey,
go down to the earth.
Go down to the earth.
what you call Platonic is the real education. The other is the fake.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, I agree with you, right? And we can be peripatetic, walking around and learning from each other. Fantastic, great. But then I have to give a student a 6 or a 5.
I finished my course of
I
didactics.
finished.
I finished with this the same sentence but in Spanish last week in my course in didactics of mathematics. Whatever we are in this master of teachers for teachers because I have to prepare 3 sessions about a lot of kinds of evaluation stuff because this law, the law, talks about a lot of things, but at the end, I have to teach these students that they are going to be teachers next years, that they have to do all of these active things, very real, very joyful kinds of evaluation, but at the end, I'm going to give them an exam in a paper exam to be filled with memoristic things, to give them something above 5. And they don't care about any other thing. So I agree with Nieves. The real is very different, and we cannot stay in a different way. We can live in our multiverse, in the universe we want, but they have different rules. Each universe have different rules.
Okay, no, thank you very much. It is very provocative. It is very.
No, I'm not provocative. The provocation was yesterday. Today, I'm very.
Come here and tell it to my face.
Noelia, are you connected? Are you still connected?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Okay, I say you have to introduce the mechanics in your game. You have to introduce the mechanics of this very interesting game. You see, Tranvía Mortal.
Yes.
Is really great, and I think the students are going to enjoy it. You can mix the mechanics of the other one that I know Baldomero also, but this is more provocative and destroyer. So
okay, I will have a look.
Interesting conversation.
Pay no notice of him. Forget him. Right?
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
So, thank you, everyone.
Nice.
It has been turn on your camera so that we can take a picture, like having the feeling that we were always connected and seeing each other. Let's see who is capable of. Great, wonderful.
Yeah,
I
also.
can even look myself. I was tuning
There
on.
were a lot of people listening.
Right, Alicia, Rodrigo, Sonia. Let's hope. Patricia, great.
Alicia is killing my camp because
Let's hope that more.
has access in
Rodrigo is the only.
Okay. Alicia is there.
So I'm going to.
Good. Only Rodrigo and Sonia. Okay, so take the picture. Sonia has a small picture there. Rodrigo is there. Making. Okay, we took the picture. So it has been very joyful being together. So always the online means makes so the distance cannot be solved it is always better being together. But we could have the feeling of having been together, having been thinking in things we are working together. And I think you have pointed out to a lot of different works. Many of them, they are very reliable. Many of them, they are work in progress, and that can I'm absolutely sure that they can produce very very fruitful results. And we are still connected to work together in making them alive and making them truth. So let's keep in touch. So in the next year we will be also here. So take notice. So we have another workshop in Syros, but this workshop, as you know, it also ends in November. So Glossal Lab workshop likes to to be long, so have different stations. So our last station ends in Lisbon. So Teresa is the organizer of the artist conference. So you can polish if you want. So before you request for reviewing your proposal here in Glossal Lab, but as you know, that can be converted into a paper. So for the artists, so artists can't be, so the proposal, so the article can be ended by the end of the month. So is when the deadline is for the artist paper. And as the people who has done it before, so you know, it goes through the process of the summer, and it is published more or less when the Congress happens. So we will have a final opportunity to present our papers, even if it is here or in also in other venue. I know some people are committed to have this publication in also in a different venue. So thank you very much for your participation. I hope you have enjoyed. You have at least seen what the rest of the team is working, what other people are proposing and working, and I hope this help us to work more efficiently together. That was the purpose. For example, just to end with regard the people who follow the workshop of yesterday, which is a training and that we certified. We have until so the end of the month for the people who want to do that. Which is not necessary, so it's just for them, and all your participations, the one who has gone through the normal process, and as I said, you have to finish so the profile, otherwise we cannot link that this was a paper that was created, for example, by it was Juan, didn't have it yet, the profile ended. So we cannot establish a link because we, in the end, to create the certificates, we have automated. So then we don't have any connection. So if you don't want to finish your profile, then we cannot certify that. So just to recall. So again, thank you very much, Kali Espera from Greece. We wait for you in the next occasion. So thank you so much. Evcharistos.